comic book fandom. We're gonna play Would They, Won't They? And we're gonna go back through old legacy characters that have been replaced, either gender or race up, and we're gonna go back through and see would they accept them or would they throw them to the side? And we're gonna go through. Yeah, I thought it would be a fun way to do it, and then I want to go through why we would accept them or why we wouldn't, or if this is a character we love or we hate, or I don't know. I thought it could be something fun.
Exactly. Now, just to make this clear, we're not going to be smart ass and say, "Oh yeah, SJWs would hate them all." We're not going to go that,
Oh yeah, it's just something fun to kind of have everybody
everybody
it's just kind of fun to have a little bit of discussion around some of the older characters. Supergirl, please. You know what? I may now that I think about it, I did 20 characters. I may have forgot to put Supergirl on there, but I put her in my thumbnail.
To be fair, the other question we're also asking is if they were introduced.
You're breaking up.
Oh, what? Breaking up?
Yeah, you got some static going on there.
How about now? Do I sound better?
No. You sound exactly the same. Oh, Robert is going out and back in. Let's see if that fixes the issue.
Better?
Yes, much better. There we go. Perfect.
As I was saying, the other detail is, of course, if they're introduced the same way they were introduced, not if they were introduced differently nowadays.
Yeah, and if they were introduced organically or how it was done, everything like that. So let's say good morning. I see Sultan is in the chat. I see James. Good morning. Good morning, NWO and Raymond and Nick and Black Phoenix. Good morning, Elon. One second. Good morning. Let me see here. Good morning, Figure Drawing. Good morning, Black Phoenix. Good morning, Cheesecake Bunny. No, I want cheesecake. It's literally that easy with me when it comes to sweets. Good morning, Tasha Go. I hope I said that correctly because I'm so sure I didn't. Good morning, Joseph. Good morning, Macy. Love the opening song. Here for the dear. Gotta skip soon. Well, thank you for stopping by, Macy. I appreciate it. Good morning, Chuck. If I missed, good morning, Bianca. I seen you put earlier in the stream. You didn't know about the stream, dude. I asked you on.
You remember my premiere, but you didn't remember the stream.
No, I said about doing the Elseworld thing today, and she had to work, so that's fair enough. What the fuck? What? How is somebody that has gone through life never eaten cheesecake before?
I've never eaten it.
What?
I've eaten pumpkin pie. I've eaten other types of cake, but cheesecake has never been one I've had a chance to eat.
Okay. I'm kind of speechless. Cheesecake is like a staple around the holidays. Come on, guys.
The only type of cheesecake I've ever known is the artwork cheesecake.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. NWO says it's too hot. I seen you say you like autumn and winter. I'm an autumn and spring person. I'm not a big summer. I hate being cold and I hate being hot, but apparently I am always cold. I'm always cold. So apparently I've triggered Tristan. No, it's just fucking weird. Guys are weird. Okay. All right. I'll quit giving you shit, but oh my goodness. It is you're missing out. Cheesecake is delicious. It is amazing, and it is like this decadent beauty that everybody should experience. I'm telling you.
So instead of triggering you, it sounds like you're more getting off on it. Just think.
No, it's delicious. It's delicious. All right, let's do our top fives first, because
right.
I'm excited to show you guys I guess little presentation type thing I made for the game. Yes. So I don't have any honorable mentions. I'm not gonna lie. This week wasn't good.
Okay, there were some really good books, but not as
Right.
many for five
That's
top five.
yes. Yeah, there was like 5 really good books.
For
That's
me, for me, it
it.
was four and one that I just tossed on there because I needed a fifth one.
Yeah. Well, I think I read a little bit more indies than you.
Yeah.
So I add those to my list, but the books that were good were good. There
Yeah.
just wasn't very many of them. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So for number 5, actually, you know what? You're the guest. You start.
Number five for me was Wonder Woman Evolution number 8, and even then, it wasn't. I won't say it was bad. It was a good finish, but I feel I need to go back and read through all of the run to get the full impact on it. But for what I read, it wasn't bad. But it ends with a cliffhanger, but it says the end, not even a to be continued. So it's like, it's Stephanie Phillips, really good stuff, and I think she was trying to finally resolve the stuff with Silver Swan, which a lot of creators have done that. So
No, wait. Hold on. Hold that thought. I think my chat is frozen.
oh
Again,
no.
this happened a few weeks ago.
Weird.
That is weird. Robert, since you're in here, I'm going to go out and come right back in and see if that fixes. If it doesn't, that's fine. We'll deal with it, but
Right.
let's give it a chance to at least fix it cuz we're playing that game. One
Mm-hmm.
second.
All
Go
right.
ahead and talk about Wonder Woman Evolution.
Well, Wonder Woman Evolution, like I said, it's the ending of Stephanie Phillips miniseries, and it's basically having Wonder Woman dealing with Silver Swan to finally save this longtime friend of hers. I just forgot her name right now. But basically she is yeah, she fights her, stops her, and is able to reverse the nanites, but takes them into herself. So it's a matter of, so she's taking into herself. Would that change her eventually? We don't know. It just ends on a open note.
It didn't fix it.
Let me try also leaving, coming back, because I noticed when I left and came back, it did reset the chat weirdly
All right.
on
Go
my
ahead.
end anyway. It reset it on my end anyway.
All right, go ahead. So for number 5, I'm sorry guys. I don't know why I may need to switch. I really do like we'll give it a second, but
Well, on my end, it says new comments will display here on my end.
yeah, but except for they're not actually showing up.
Oh,
That
jeez, of course.
Restream is being assholes. Does Wonder Woman like cheesecake? I think absolutely.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me the comments because I can't. I'm on my phone during all this, so I can't even go and look.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not your fault. It's Restream being the bitch.
Yes, absolutely. All right, we'll check it out. Good morning, by J Max, and good morning, Tavia. Or Tavia. I always wonder how to say it. Is it Tavia? Is it Tavia?
I've always said Tavia. I've always said Tavia.
Like Tavia from The Walking Dead. Like that, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. It
So yeah,
happened to other people with Restream. All right. Sorry guys. But yes,
what's your number
Wonder
5?
Woman absolutely loves
So
cheesecake because she's a big ice cream fan. Okay, so for number 5, I have Superman Son of Kal-El.
oh, that's my number 4.
Okay, we can talk about it at the same time. Number
Yep.
13. They brought in Dreamer. I'm not
Yep.
familiar with the character.
Dreamer was from Supergirl, and she's a descendant of Dream Girl
from
from
Legion,
Legion.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes more sense. I liked the character. She was a little sassy. I think what she showed at first I was confused because she's showing him this dream and just like just fucking blew Bruce Wayne's head out. Like I was like, what the
Joker too.
fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't care about Joker, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I did. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
they blew her brains, blew Bruce Wayne's Wayne.
Bruce
Let me try
Wayne's
that again.
brains out.
And I was like, what? Okay. But I mean, obviously spoilers for any of these comics, guys, but
Right.
at the end, we find out that Jay's mother's alive. I thought that was a really good twist.
For how long though?
Right. But from what we knew from what Jay had said, she's been dead all along.
Yeah. But like I say, this dream telling you what their big attack was, it actually was a smart attack.
What do you mean?
What the dream showed, that it was a
Yeah,
fake
yeah, yeah.
Joker attack, so they can wipe them out and say, "Oh, they all died during the Joker's attack."
It was smart and it was calculated, so it shows what a threat the Rising is.
Exactly. Only thing is, though, he's kind of semi ripping off Injustice to a small degree.
You mean he's ripping off himself?
Yeah. Well, to be no, well, remember, he didn't come up with that attack. You know what Joker did. He was just putting it into his book. So
Right.
yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm putting it that way. But yeah, basically the idea of a Joker attack and people die, but in this case, it's the League dies and it's a fake Joker attack.
Yeah. And it really shows that level of depravity that they will go to. And that's why I like there's stakes. there's real stakes. So is Dreamer gonna continue it? She's gonna have to continue in the next issue, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. And to be fair, I've heard people complain about her existing. It's like in when Jeff Lemire did the Terrifics, he introduced a modern day Phantom Girl who's a ancestor of the Legion of Superheroes Phantom Girl. So you can have something like that where because these alien races still exist in the present day.
Oh, I know, and I loved how it was when John was in with the Legion, he brought back that gift, and it was like a time fuckery, but that gift for Dreamer, her gloves, in order to harness her power better, came from the future and the past in John's timeline. Like, it kind of messes with my head. I had to think about it, and I'm like, oh my god, I love it. I thought that was a really good, like, little added thing.
Yep, yep. Well, and also it was sent because Legion Dream Girl always felt that Dreamer was a hero of hers.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She was like she's like her biggest fan, even though she's like her great granddaughter or something.
Yep.
I
And,
liked it. I thought it was a really good book. I generally there's been a couple issues like the annual was there was a couple issues that were bad, but I thought I was worried about Dreamer because I didn't know this character. I had known that
me neither.
it was a CW character. I knew
Mhm.
that we saw it in last year's Pride, but I'm like, what are you gonna do with a character that can go into dreams? And this was perfect.
Right. But I will also say this though, I'm kind of afraid that Tom Taylor's going to be rushing the ending since we already know he only has like one or two issues left. I'm afraid he's going to be rushing it.
You mean because the reunion coming up?
Yeah, because of the reunion coming up, I fear that he's going to be rushing this stuff here.
So that's happening in September, right?
In September, yes, and this was and that was of course the July issue.
July.
Yeah. So we just have August.
So there's not going to be an ending. There's no way. They're going
Or
to wrap up this dreamer stuff and then it's going to continue after the reunion.
or no, because in the solicitation it says they wrap up his dealings with the group.
Well, it's going to have to come to a head real quick then.
Yeah, so I almost I have a sad feeling there's going to be a.
You're breaking up again.
Oh, hold on.
You're fine. I didn't mean to scare everyone. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this book. I think it's one of
Better.
yes, much better.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were wrapping it up. I really like the book.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh, I do too. But like I said, I have a fear that it's going to be one
Good
of those
morning,
cases.
Hooded Justice.
I have a fear that it's going to be one of those cases where they're going to wrap up with a Deus Ex Machina and show that, oh, John's so awesome, but in a way that feels not earned. That's what I'm afraid of. It's going to be one of those like he's going to cut loose and do it all because clearly he's been holding back, and yeah, it's going to be all like, oh, see, I can do what my dad couldn't do, and it's like, oh God, don't do that.
Nah, I don't think so. We haven't really had any hint to anything like that, except for him being a little bit of a brat in the beginning. But no, I don't think so. We'll have to wait and see it. Good morning, Hellview Lane and Ricardo Russo, the God. I'm sorry, I know I said that wrong.
Yep. Well, we went over my number 4 as well, so move on
All
to your
right.
number 3.
My number 3 is There's Something Wrong with Patrick Todd number 1.
Who's that character?
I believe let me double check. Um I really enjoyed this book. It is Aftershock.
Mhm.
It is this Patrick Todd who has these powers we really don't know a bunch about yet. And it is from what we understand right now, it's some sort of mind control, but he is controlling people for certain reasons.
Mhm.
Because his something's very wrong with his mother and he's paying for um her health care. And so he, mind controls, obviously not good, but it's Ed Brisson, by the way. And basically we see him trying to take care of his mother. We don't know where his father is, but all of these people keep like having some sort of aneurysm or something's happening when he's mind controlling them. But then I'm so confused where it's going because he's staying in a hotel and he gets like knocked on the door and it's somebody there to hurt him. And we see this kind of flash to Nova Scotia, and it's a person saying Zeus will kill you,
Ooh.
and Zeus kills you all. And I'm like, so is this just a person named Zeus, or are we going into
Greek
mythology?
mythology. Yeah,
Yeah.
who knows?
I don't know, because he could be Loki. Like, I don't know what they're doing with it, but it's extremely interesting and it's really, really good. It's definitely something I suggest. I really enjoyed it.
Right.
So what do you
Well,
have for number
3.
2?
No, 3.
3. I'm yeah. Go
Number
for it.
3. And I have Fantastic Four number 45 or
Oh yeah, you're
44.
gonna have to. I know nothing
Uh,
about what's been
it's
going on
the
with them,
end.
so go for it.
It's the end of Dan Slott doing the Reckoning War, which is something he's been building up since as far
Oh,
back as his
okay.
She-Hulk run. And by the end of it all, Uatu the Watcher is now the only Watcher with abilities and powers now. All the other Watchers have been depowered. They've dealt with the Reckoning. Rita's still alive, but Johnny is now stuck in his flame form and doesn't want anything to do with them. But the day's been saved, things have been put back, and apparently the Marvel Universe has been made larger because Uatu has restored all the worlds that were destroyed long ago by their mistake.
That's awesome. Good morning, random dudes draws. You guys should this dude is so fucking talented. His art is spectacular. You should check it out. Anyways, go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yep. And well, that's pretty much it. It's just wrapping up. And it was nice to see him finally finish the story he had been wanting to do for ages. Like I said,
That's
it was,
awesome.
yep, it was
Isn't
hinted
he
back.
coming back to Spider-Man?
Yes, he is. Not amazing, but a separate book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Zeb Wells is still on Amazing and still doing whatever the heck he's doing to mess up Peter's life.
Gotcha. Wait. Zeb Wells. Oh, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like Zeb Wells, but no. I was thinking, who writes? Oh my goodness, who writes Moon Knight right now? Why
Oh,
is his name?
oof.
His
Put me on the
name just
spot.
and his name just went out of my head. I really
Exactly.
like.
It's like, why is it always whenever someone asks you, put you on the spot, you have the answer, maybe you were even just thinking about it, but the more they ask you, whoosh, it's gone. You're like, ah, I was just
Yep,
thinking
pretty
about
much. I'm looking
uh,
on my phone. I have it in my library.
uh, not Bax
Jed
Bemis,
McKay.
that was long ago.
Jed McKay.
Jed McKay, yes.
Yep, he does. I like his. Yeah, Bianca beat me to it. Jed McKay.
Yep.
And so did Chuck. This is why Restream needs to get their shit fixed because it would all be on the screen for me. Okay.
Yep.
Um,
So yeah, you're number 3. You're number 3.
I have and I've already reviewed this book, but I have DC or Dark Crisis.
That's my
The
number
world.
2.
A world. Okay, so that works out. World without Justice League, Superman, and your audio is going bad again.
Ah, geez. Again, it's because I'm on my phone.
It's good for like 10 minutes, and then it messes up. I wonder why.
What?
There
Well,
you go.
yep, I know. It's
Um,
because I'm on my phone. I think it's just building up the memory constantly and just does that.
gotcha. Um, so basically, this is a world. We're gonna get one for each person in the Justice League.
Two of
It's
them per issue.
yeah. So we got Superman and Aquaman, and I'm not gonna lie, the Aquaman backup was awesome. We
It
got to
is.
see two of my favorite characters from Future State, better Aquaman, Aqua, whatever. We got to see the Future State Flash, and
Mm-hmm.
we also got to see Andy Curry. So I loved it. But as far as Superman goes, it was really good. There were a little bit of weird mischaracterizations. I felt like maybe Lois was a bit of a grumpy ass. Just caught her on a bad day. Um,
Yeah,
but it gave Clark the idea of how, and this really wasn't a great. Here's the thing: it wasn't a great Clark book. It was a great John book.
it was. And I say this: the problem here, and I know people like to compare it to whatever happened. No, no, for the man who has everything. But you gotta remember this: that was a creature that was focusing entirely on Clark, on his best world. Pariah, it's juggling with other leaguers and everything. He's so obviously it's not gonna be 100% perfect.
Right. And I thought I didn't even like I cared about the Clark stuff, but seeing the way that they characterized John in this book was so sweet. He's constantly, and I've said this before. John is much more in tune to battling injustice.
Mm-hmm.
And this just proved it over and over again, wanting to help the children. And he so much so it almost kills him. I
Yep.
loved it. And I love that, like, what is it, like a motorcycle thing he got? That was
The
fucking
Lobo bike,
awesome.
the Lobo bike.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yep. Now here's the other thing. I think some of Superman's thinking was stuff that was put in by Pariah. I don't. I think, and I think part of him is fighting it, but the other part of him doesn't want. There's a part of him that doesn't want to fight it because he's having to experience his life with John.
Yeah, he didn't miss it this time, and he even says that.
So I think it's a case where he's trying to fight it, but he's also letting it happen because of that. Deep down, he wants that. So I think anytime he's saying stuff that doesn't fit character, I think that's the Pariah programming. Like he's just letting it come out of his mouth.
Right.
Whereas Aquaman, at least at the end, he's fought it and he remembers everything.
Yeah, he's fighting it a lot more. And it like the I don't know exactly. I don't have it in front of me, but whoever did the art in the Aquaman backup was so good.
Oh, and I got it right in front of me that it was Pico Ocio.
It was awesome. I loved the way that they did that art. They made
Mm-hmm.
everybody look so freaking adorable.
They were. But yeah,
So,
no, so that was mine. Number two.
oh yeah, so my number 2, which was Rogue 3.
That's my number one.
That's kind of what I figured. So that works out too. I thought this was only 3 issues until I got to the end.
Nope, it was 4. Yeah.
I was like expecting this to wrap up, having like 2 pages left, and I'm like, what the fuck is gonna happen here? But even monkey baby lives matter.
Yep. But the fact that a lot more are getting killed off either through, and it's showing just how much Captain Cold's greed is getting the better of him, but also they picked a bad team for some of them.
Yeah, Reese, you went real dark there. I can't wait for John to get trapped in the Phantom Zone with tons of kryptonite. Dang.
What?
I know
He
it's a
really
fictional
does he
character,
not
but
like John or
holy
something?
crap, Arola. We go dark in the
Yeah.
morning. But Rogues is really good. I love and I forget his name now. Of course I do.
What, Cold?
Nah, Cold's a dick, but I mean he's always been a dick. Um,
Um,
I loved the part where his sister was, kind
oh,
of it was
killed.
her turn.
Yep,
No, I remember her name. Where she was like going through and using her skating abilities. That was a
yep.
great scene.
Golden Glider, that's her.
Yeah, she did great. What is his name with the high cheekbones? Oh my goodness.
Oh, not Mirror Master, was it?
No, the very flamboyant one.
Oh, and I don't have a copy of the book in front of me.
That's all right. He's awesome though. He's been my favorite thing through this whole thing. His
Yeah,
attitude is fucking great.
but Trickster was, oh man, what an ass.
Wait. Is
Oh,
it Trickster I'm thinking of?
Prankster or Trickster.
Oh, okay. So we had like so many. Wait, who? Okay, so Mirror Master died.
Yeah, he died. Well, he died. Also, we
Did
had
Heat Wave die?
no, I think that's up in the air right now. Magneta died.
Magneta. Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah,
Like her death was so sad.
yeah, they won, but she pushed herself too far, and then Mirror Master, well, Cole
You're
killed him because he wouldn't shut up.
Robert.
Ah, jeez.
You're going in and out there. But yeah, Rogues is really good. The art is very
Reset quickly, at least.
yeah, the art in this book I wish was a little bit better, but
It had its
just
good
because
moments.
yes, sometimes it's a little unclear. I wish it was a little bit better. But I've gotten used to it at least. Like it's very similar to it ended last week. Blaze, where it's very much so fit for the book, but I like Blaze's art a lot better.
Oh yeah. Oh
That
boy,
book,
that was a radical ending.
that book. I'm telling you, if you guys haven't read Suicide Squad Blaze by Simon Spurrier,
Mm-hmm.
uh it is one of the best Suicide Squad stories told in years. In
Yep.
probably a long time. A long time. We're just gonna say that.
Mm-hmm. So what's your number one?
Yes, that was your number one. I forgot. My number one was New Think 2.
Oh.
This book. It's by Greg Hurwitz.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I know about Greg Hurwitz. Yep.
it's I'm not exactly sure if it's an anthology type series or what, because New Think 1 is also something I definitely recommend. It was kind of the idea of screens and, um social
Mm-hmm.
media and that kind of stuff taking over our life. This
Right.
one was almost a cautionary tale
Mm-hmm.
as to not letting okay, it's a fairy tale. It's set in a fairy tale setting.
Yep.
And it is this story about letting people have their at the end of the day, it's talking about stories, but it's about letting people have their own opinions and their own ideas and learning compassion and empathy and shutting down the bad, really looking into yourself and defending your fellow man when their rights are taken away. Not
Yep.
only that, but it does this part where these evil witches kind of take the house that the storyteller is living in and make it glass.
Ooh.
Basically, in a weird way, they're talking about like digging into the past and making your lives are transparent. Oh my god,
Oh.
it is so good. And at the end, everybody stands up for this girl, even if they don't believe or like all of her stories or love everything she does, because they know that this evil king is just trying to take away their rights and trying to shut them up. And it's such a great cautionary tale framed as a fairy tale.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Like I would suggest this book to anybody. Anybody, no matter what type of comic fan you are.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really, really enjoyed it.
I could tell.
New thing is I don't know anything about this series, But the first 2 issues have been my number 1 every single week because they're all these
Every
amazing
single week, don't you mean months?
Yeah. Well, every single week it comes out, yeah. Um,
Okay.
because they're always cautionary tales. And
Yeah.
I love that, spreading great ideas throughout this medium, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
So time to
game
get to the game.
time! Alright, let me set this up. Out of curiosity,
Yep.
since wait, how do I do this? There we go.
You're asking me
Um,
that.
since how why are you less of an indie person and more of a big two person?
Oh, there are some indie books I like. I'm just picky. I'm also more of a superhero guy than I am anything else.
I get that.
Yeah, I'm picky, and it's all about, I'm more about the superheroes, or depending on the creators. Like I love Geiger, of course.
Oh God, so good. I seen an article this morning
Oh,
where I
oh,
guess there was threats from Zack Snyder to try to destroy Jeff Johns behind the scenes, and that's
and
what.
the Snyder cult are once again trying to throw stuff at Jeff again.
Yep, and it's all at the behest, I guess, of Zack Snyder. Now that's just what a source said, so obviously. And then there's an article out there about guests diving into the Snyder Cut stuff, and they found like a shit ton of it was bots.
Yep, I saw Warner Media had found that,
That is crazy.
and I bet you they're now regretting a lot of their praise they were giving the Snyder, cut.
Oh wow.
I bet.
So here, wait, let me take my little
Well, so you
frame
said
off.
you might double check. Did you have Supergirl or not?
I don't know. Let me check on my phone.
Right?
um, how do I do that on my phone?
Because if you didn't, I know a good way of giving my answer for that one. Because I thought about that one.
Um, I don't think I did. If I didn't, we'll save that one for last.
Right.
But you might want to go in and out before we start.
I'll do that right now.
Phone doing restream on phone and how restream's been acting. It's hard.
Yeah, I
What's
don't know.
this?
It's just so weird that it builds up and eventually I get all garbly. I kept on doing it last night too.
That's really weird. So let me explain what we're doing here. I've got the chat up on my phone, so we're good there. What we're gonna do is go through legacy characters, and we're going to decide if they would be accepted in our current political atmosphere. If we think that people would accept them or wouldn't they? And why or why not? Or was their introduction better? Were they better suited at that time? Was there a reason? Was maybe I didn't include stuff like this, but like would North Star coming out as gay, would that work now? Stuff like that. So I thought that would be kind of fun. Can we
Yep.
not talk about politics? This is literally a game about superheroes.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, we're going to be fair. We're not going to be saying, oh, everyone is in it. They just SJW is going to hate them. No, no. We're going to be fair.
Yeah, and I'm not like anybody. I'm just talking fans in general. Would they
Yeah.
accept them?
Yeah.
Good morning. Did I say good morning, Breezen? I might not have. I apologize if I did it. So here we go. Our first one is going to be, and I want everybody to answer. Do we think that the question, if Renee Montoya took over the mantle right now, would she be accepted? Now, mind you, Renee took it over during 52, correct?
Yep, yep. And there was a build up to it. It felt like an earned build up. I think personally they would accept it if it was done the exact same way. If it was done in
We got a
case of
yes. We
Yes.
gotta know. And Tava says yes, she thinks they would be accepted. Elon says no. What do you think?
Like I said, I think yes, she would if it was done the exact same way. If it was done the exact same way, I think it would. If it was done haphazard and she just got it in one small story or whatnot without the build up, and it's just like, oh, a woman's doing it better, then possibly, then of course I wouldn't. But again, if it was done the exact same way, yes, I think people would accept it.
I'm gonna I'm gonna say no.
Oh, really? Why not?
I think the build up was great, but I think we've seen build up in a lot of characters that haven't been accepted. We
So
saw we saw John over the course of a year be aged up and then go through the stuff with when Philip Kennedy Johnson was writing Action Comics and go through all of that. We've seen a lot of characters that have had just as much build up, and she
I
would
think.
be
Oh, sorry.
based. No, you're fine. She would be brought down to her her traits. She would be said, "Oh, she is queer and Latina," and people would say no.
I would disagree using the John comparison because John, it was a messy buildup. It was a buildup that was up and down. Bendis had his own thing, and then you have others coming in doing it all. I think that was the messy buildup, whereas Renee's was a proper buildup. And
I agree. I love the build up for Renee.
yeah, and I think because you had some of the best writers at the time, still some considered some of the best, and those who didn't lose themselves, like Rucka, he was at his best during that point. Yeah.
I agree. I thought the build up for her was amazing. Like one of the best stories in these. One of my favorite events ever.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely. It's not even an event, really.
you know what? I'm gonna change my mind. You
Oh,
changed my mind. I
oh,
think
that's
I
cool.
think I think so. And what I would say is the reason why is because Renee originally when she was introduced, she's another I guess you could say a retcon of sexuality,
Oh,
and for the most part, she's pretty widely accepted with that.
well, yeah. Again, I think it's because they never gave her a boyfriend or anything in the show
Right.
or anything like that. And then when Rucka did it, he did it in a way that still worked because of the case of Two Face using something against her.
Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, it was a great story, but it was terrible.
Yeah. Now, do I feel some writers have made that too much part of her character? Oh, yes. But when Rucka first did it, no. And it was more of a case where she was acting no different than if she was straight, jumping the bed of other people when she's depressed and all that. It just happened to be other women.
And then oh my god, I forgot exactly what I was gonna say.
Remember when Black Adam found her
Oh, that
thing?
no, yes, but I was gonna actually say, you said there are people that have not done service to her, basically, and
Yeah.
we have
Where they,
perfect example of that. I was so excited to see the question in I Am Batman, and I was really disappointed.
oh, geez, that current thing where Renee would never use the phrase Latinx, whatever. She wouldn't.
Not only that, she was like, "I'm just a diversity hire." Like
Okay.
what? No, you're not. You've earned. I felt like it was very off for Renee.
Then again, remember, this is the same guy who had Renee
You're
almost.
breaking
Yeah,
up.
ah,
And it's a shame too because this last issue
was
of
it the other
I am
history of the DC universe?
no well yeah that was terrible too, but this last issue, not 11 but 10 of I Am Batman, I was finally like, all right, this is good.
Yeah.
This is going good, and it was like, oof.
No, wait. Was she talking about being made commissioner in New York? I think is what she was saying. Why she was saying diversity
Right.
hire, whereas she earned it in Gotham. And if that's the case, I think that could be why she was making that complaint, saying like, "You're not bringing me here because I earned it like I did in Gotham. You're just doing it because of the fill a quota." That I could see her saying. If she said about her being made commissioner in Gotham, oh yeah, not in character. Doing
Yeah,
it for New York, yeah, I could see why she would
it
think
was
that
just
way.
the way it was written, it
Oh yeah,
felt
the way it was
very
written
off
was
for no
bad, and
Renee.
again, the Latinx made no sense. But given Renee, given how it's going from Gotham to New York, it made more sense in that regard.
Tavia, yes. She was in the Lois Lane book also.
Yeah, she wasn't. She was still showed to still be the Question.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was
Rucka.
yeah, I know, but I think that was the last time we really seen her as a Question, if I can remember correctly.
Yes, that was the last time, and it was her and the other Question. And even he said, I remember dying, then I came back. Don't know how.
How did he come back?
Basically, it was from a side effect of the retcons.
Oh, okay. And then there's that really good Jeff Lemire book.
Yep.
The Black Label one. Oh, that's so good. He
Mm-hmm.
like goes back in time and I love it. So good. All right, let's
So
go
yeah, what's
to
next?
All right, you guys ready for the next one? Here we go. The Joker.
Hmm.
Yes or no in the chat? Would
This
Martha Wayne as the Joker be accepted now? I know this isn't a super old one.
I would say yes,
Old
given how
enough.
this is an alternate universe.
I'm going to say yes for this one also because
Yeah.
it was a very cool twist to the story.
Oh yeah. I mean, just the fact that she killed Alfred because he couldn't find her pearls. She cut her own mouth because Thomas was telling her, "You're better when you smile." I'm smiling now.
We've got a yes from Black Phoenix, a yes from Nick, um, a yes from
Now, would they accept if this was
Ricardo,
if this
and a
would they
maybe
accept
from James.
would they accept it if she came to the mainstream universe? No.
No, no, absolutely not. But it's always been the Flashpoint universe.
Yeah. So this
So
one, yeah, I would say yes. This was an easy one. Yes, because it's its own universe and the circumstances were completely different.
yeah, I agree. I think this one, even to this day, is still kind of liked, like a lot. The Flashpoint universe. I'm sorry, I love Thomas Wayne. I think he's such a bad like he's. I was always afraid they were gonna make him too Punisher like, right? But
Mhm.
no, he's just a badass and kind of a grump ass, and I love that too.
And now we're getting a female Two Face in that world.
Reese says no. I'm surprised. Breeze and Design says no.
Okay, why?
Unless it's an alternate universe, probably not. It is an alternate universe.
It
So
is.
yeah, I think this one, even though, like I said, it's more recent, but I still think people look favorably upon Martha as the Joker. She's fucking psychotic and a little weird and mean to kids, but you know what? We still love her
He's
anyways.
also dead.
Also dead. Yeah, I forgot that little bit. Okay, let's go to the next one because this was pretty cut and dry.
Yep.
What do we
I'll
have
reset
next?
every time we change.
Captain Marvel. And we lost Robert. Did he say he was leaving? Oh, he did say. Okay.
Yep.
What does everyone think about Captain Marvel?
Monica
Would
would not be accepted today. Doing it today, I mean, it was a risk when Stern did it. No way would Monica be accepted today.
so not only Monica, so there's two answers here. Would Monica be accepted as Captain Marvel? And would Carol Danvers be accepted as Captain Marvel now? So you've got
I
two.
Again, it depends on how they did it, and the way. And technically, she was never. She only became Captain Marvel recently. She was Ms. Marvel before for the longest time,
Right.
but the way she became Captain Marvel, the way it was done, I could see people accepting it, but you still have her history of Ms. Marvel for them to fall back on. But again, Monica's the bigger one. No way in hell. But that was also because it took Stern getting people to accept her and then like her because he felt so strong about her character to do it. But just right off the bat, no way, no one's going to accept her and give Stern, someone like Stern, a chance to show how great of a character she can be.
Like when she was Photon and what hasn't she gone by a couple names? Photon,
Photon, not Quasar, yeah, Photon, and
Ekram,
yeah,
something like that. Those characters I think people would accept her as. But as the mantle of Captain Marvel, I'm gonna say no for both of these. Let me look in the chat. Let's see. We've got a no and a yes. Yes, Monica, no Carol. Yeah, for sure,
why?
no
Why
Carol.
no? Why? Let me ask you. Why would it be nowadays if you look at the context of it was just some other black hero given the mantle? just given it. Didn't earn it. Didn't nothing was it. Was just given the mantle and just utilized it. Had no connection beforehand. Why would she be accepted? And remember, back when it came out, no one gave a crap about Monica back then. So if we take that as that happening now, no prior stuff was her character. No one knew much about her. No
Yeah.
prior love of the character. She would never be accepted.
Random Drew Draw says Carol is under fire by some of the Comicsgate clowns. Imagine a POC taking over.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's my point. If there was no prior establishment of a love for Monica, which there wasn't when she was given the mantle,
Now there is, but
now there
not.
is. But I would think the Stern. But again, if it was to happen now, not
Yeah.
then, now, they would never give her a chance. They would never let Roger Stern or whatever have the chance to develop the character. They would be trashing her and just any goodwill they'd be saying, "Oh, see, they're making her perfect," when she was anything but.
Yeah, I think it's pretty unanimous. A couple people said yes. Breezen says no. Otis. Oh, hey, Otis. I seen you yesterday in JDA's chat.
Eh.
um, Brie Larson ruined the character for me. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. No way. No way on either. Captain Marvel isn't even accepted nowadays, let
Yeah, but I
alone
think
if
though, but I think with Carol, again, given how she only became Captain Marvel relatively recently compared to Monica, yeah,
right.
you're right. The reaction would be no different than it originally was.
Wait, now I want to pose a question to everyone. If in the MCU, I know we're talking comics, but in the MCU, they would have introduced Monica as Captain Marvel instead of Carol, do you think that would have gone over better?
As the first Captain Marvel, part of me thinks yes, but I think
Yeah,
that's
I do.
because oh,
No, I'm just saying, yeah, I completely agree. I think if Monica had been and that actress that plays her, I think had she been introduced as the first Captain Marvel,
and
it
done in
would
the
have
present
gone
day,
over
not a
better.
flashback.
Yes, absolutely. I think it would have. I think people would have been like, "All right, like we got some Monica in the house," because
Yeah, but now
she
people are more upset because they feel that she's the sidekick to Carol.
Monica Captain Marvel was in Doctor Strange. I still need to see that.
Oh yeah,
I
she
did not know
was,
that.
but like so many of the other characters in that world, died.
Oh yeah. Monica would have worked better in the MCU as Captain Marvel. NWO. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, if they introduced her off the bat, and because I'll be honest, Marvel, granted, people were more pissed off that they gender swapped Marvel in the MCU,
Oh yeah.
and everything. But Marvel never was a great character to be honest. He was a good character, but not a great one that you could see because he was more of an alien coming to fight. If you wanted to be someone from Earth, Monica is the one people more would have preferred because she did earn the title afterwards. She was given to it haphazardly, but she earned it.
Good morning, Hominis. But yeah, I'm a straight no for both of these. All right, let's move on to the next
I'm going to
one.
reset again.
All right. Who do we have next? Black Panther. Now, what I mean by that is Shuri. How do you, in this kind of poses another question? If Shuri takes over the mantle in the MCU, also,
That's the thing. Even in the comics, it was a temporary thing. I could see people accepting it as a temporary mantle replacement. Permanent, no. That's the thing with Shuri. She's never meant to permanently be it. Temporarily, yes.
the weird thing for me is, I don't, I don't know that people initially when Chadwick Boseman passed away, they were like, you need to take it. You don't recast them. Now I've seen a lot of people calling for that character to be recast.
Because they
Which
don't
is
want the actress to have the role.
and that's what I was just gonna say because they don't agree with. I'm assuming a lot of what the actress that plays Shuri says.
Yeah, but I've heard some people still say they can accept it for one movie, but not beyond that. I've heard some
Right.
people still say that. Majority of people, even those who want a recast, have said they can accept it for one movie.
Bianca said her outfit slaps. So yes, it is so nice. Raymond says no. Reese says, hell no. James, nope.
No, but wait,
Otis, yep.
guys, let me ask you: do you think they would accept it as a temporary measure? Yes or no?
No, I'm going to
So you
still
guys
say
saying
no.
they still say no?
No, I'm going to still say no. I don't think they would accept her at all.
Not at all. I still say if there's a temporary, as in like it was in the comics where T'Challa is still alive, then yeah. If it's the case of T'Challa being dead and she takes it, then yeah, I will agree. No.
Ricardo said it had nothing to do with Shuri's actress. That could be. I don't know. I don't know that much about the actress.
All I know is she was definitely an anti-vax person, but more for religious reasons.
Right. That's all I ever remember about her. I think she was a good actor. I like the girl
Oh yeah,
that
she was a
played.
great.
I
Oh,
would rather see the girl that played Michonne take over.
yeah,
She's awesome, and she looked so cool in
she's more age
Falcon and the Winter
appropriate.
Soldier.
She's more age appropriate.
Yeah, I would love to see her take over. She looked good. She's always been a pretty girl, though.
So who's next?
Let's see. I don't even remember what order I put them in. Lady
Clay.
Clayface.
Yeah, I like it because she's a separate character. There's been multiple Clayfaces.
What, there's been like 6, right?
No, like she was the fourth one. There was a fifth one, so there's been 5.
5, okay. Um, this is a hard one because we just had Lady Clayface kind of in the comics, and then they were like, just kidding, don't remember that storyline.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes for this one. I think people would be okay with this one if it was done well. And I
yep,
think initially it was done well, and that's why there is acceptance within it. And
yeah.
also, people don't,
Again,
I
so
would
long as
say
you have it
there's
be
not
this,
a whole bunch of huge Clayface fans.
yeah, but so long as you still have it be, it's one of many Clayfaces. That's fine. You can have
Yeah.
as many Clayfaces as you want.
Raymond said yes. James said yes. Otis said yes. Nick said yes. Black Phoenix said, I think we're up to 8 Clayfaces. I just don't
Uh,
even know anymore.
no, I double checked. It's still like 5, maybe 6, but definitely because you've had Boris, the whatever, Basil Carlo. You've had Matt Hagen. You've had Peyton, whatever, the guy with the jar on his head. You've had this Lady Clayface. You've had the son of Peyton and Lady Clayface. And I think you had like a 6th one that was like a bunch of Clayfaces that were artificially made but didn't last long.
Yeah, so I don't see an issue with this one.
Yeah.
I like Lady Clayface. She deserves
Mhm.
some more recognition.
She
And not just to
does.
be an afterthought from Mariko Tamaki.
Uh,
Goodness gracious. Okay, who do we have next?
oh,
Dr. Light,
I
yours.
love
I
it.
knew
I love her,
I had
but
to
no.
include this. You know I did.
Yep, I love her, but no. She would be reviled, I think.
In the chat, do you think now, if we went through like Infinite Crisis and or Crisis on Infinite Earth and all of that, do you think Dr. Light would be accepted
And
as
remember
taking
this
over the
also.
mantle? I would
And
say
also remember
no.
this: when this happened, the male character had been just a bit of a joke, not a huge joke though. People sometimes exaggerate how much of a joke he used to be, and he wasn't the rapist then. So if you take all that into account, I don't think they would. I think they'd be saying, "Oh, they're race and gender bending her, making her a hero. She's a bitch. Oh, why are they doing this?" I don't think anyone would tolerate her character.
No,
She's everything
not
the
even a little
people
bit.
that she's everything the usual suspects hate.
I would say no, simply because not only that, but she was extremely smart. She was relatively OP, not OP in the sense that like she didn't have to earn it, but she
She's a
earned it through
single
her.
sorry, she's a single mom from divorce.
Yet you got to reset.
Oh, darn it.
So we got Nick with a no, Bianca with a I think so, James with a she's hot.
She is. She is. But yeah, but although she's a single mom, single from divorce of 2.
Uh huh.
And for some reason, I don't think people are going to like that either.
It would be like justified, like they're glorifying it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, even though it's a case where, and again, her being a bitch.
No, we got a probably not from random dude. We got a yes from. I just want to know how to say your name. Richado. Richado. Tell
Why
me
do
if
you
I'm
think?
saying that right. I
Why
want to
do
make
you
sure I
think that?
am.
Yes, because like I said, looking at how some people react these days, like I said, she's everything they hate. She's a perfect representation of everything they hate.
I like her.
Again, you guys remember when
I
it
hate
happened?
Dr. Light. I hate Dr. Light.
Why was it they made him a rapist? Yeah, but thankfully they've gotten rid of that since the reset.
It never will go away. I'm sorry. Dr. Light is a ruined character for me.
Believe it or not, in New 52, he was married to Kimio.
I will never I'd be able to forget that.
Oh, I
I'm
agree. They
sorry,
could
I
have.
just can't.
Not only did they was it just so out of the order, out of not necessary, but then they had it be that rape was all he was about until they killed him off.
Um, he was also in Titans, and he was just kind of
It was a joke.
like, yeah, he was a joke. I mean, he's always been. I mean, not always, but he's always kind. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't get. Oh, wait. It just showed that my chat
Oh, did
is
it?
my. Oh my God! You guys.
Yay!
Yes. It just kicked back in. Woo woo! Yay! Now
Well,
we
I'm
can
seeing
see it
well, I'm seeing
better.
someone from my end has been asking stuff, just quarks and stuff. Quarks and stuff. I was never able to see any of your comments because I've been on my phone, so I can only go what appeared here. Repeat anything you've said because I do not know what you've been asking.
Oh, I don't know. I it just kicked back in. That's so awesome. I'm confused what you guys are arguing about. About good stories at the big two. I talk about that every single week. I just named 5 comics that were really good.
Yeah,
2 of
what
them
the?
weren't from the big two, but still. All right, Dr. Light, we're going to go with a no. If Dr. Light is only a villain that cannot be liked, then I like that. That's fair enough. Yeah,
That's
I
fair
fucking
enough,
hate
but
him.
it was
Yeah,
for the
that's
wrong
actually a really
reason.
good point.
But it was for the wrong reasons. They overplayed the rapist side and everything. It just when that was never part of his character beforehand.
Yeah, I still hate him though.
Oh, I agree. You
If
were
people
saying they
won't
have
stop
no
fighting,
original
then look up some
ideas.
titties. Problem solved.
Wait. We were saying they have no original ideas. Really?
Talking about the big two, but I don't get that. I'm sorry, I won't ever get that. I've shown every single week. I go through different
Oh,
reviews and different books and
maybe.
different
Wait. So wait,
ideas.
wait. They're saying they don't have any creative people. Joshua Williamson, Jeremy Adams. When Jeff Johns comes around, they still have him. Mariko Tamaki still shown they're creative. Um, if you give him more stuff to do, Tom King can do good stuff. He
Oh, look
can.
at Killing Time on Tom Taylor, Matthew Rosenberg. Matthew Rosenbaum is the Lex Luthor guy. On DC
Rosenberg,
versus
yeah.
Vampires,
Stephanie
that's
Phillips.
phenomenal. Yeah. Even though I will say I was a little let down by the ending of that
Oh yeah,
Wonder
I
Woman
started.
Evolution.
I just put it on it because it was the only thing that was equal to be number 5 for me.
Yeah, I get it. All right, let's go on to the next one. Yes or no, guys? Would this character be accepted nowadays?
Like Miss Sinister. Ooh, if done the way it was done, I don't think so. As hot as she is, as sexy as she is, there was a brief time where she was a replacement for Mr. Sinister. Of course, it was later they eventually brought him back. He can do that, and had both coexisting. But the way it initially was, no. As hot as she is, no.
I see. I don't know her introduction.
Basically, the way it works with Mr. Sinister is that red diamond on his forehead has all of his knowledge and everything. So basically, you just have to put it onto someone else, and they're sinister. So it was done to
Okay,
a woman.
yeah, then I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, even though they have all the memories and everything, that she did act differently. I think because not everything from Sinister came back properly.
No. The chat just went out again.
Oh, darn, it must be Restream's doing.
Let me try.
Nope, nope. I'm even
Nope.
looking down at the bottom. It's not moving.
Nope. Ah, dang it. Okay. Another big ass hell no from Reese. No from Otis. Let's see here.
I mean, again, it's how she is.
Titties from Black Phoenix. Random dude draws. Nope. Unquin. Undead Quinn. Nope. The woke type's too sexy. Wait, what?
What?
The woke type's too sexy. You know what? There is a general consensus for realism from the left from some people, but I would say it's a weird thing that I've noticed. Villains are allowed to be sexy.
Yeah, that's
I
weird.
even noticed it with Stargirl. We've got like her being all like, coy and cute, and then you've got oh my god, what's her name?
Oh,
Shiv.
Shiv,
Shiv's
yeah.
allowed to be sexy.
She is. Yep.
All right, we're going to the next one, but you need to go out and go back in.
Yep.
Let's see here. Yes or no, guys? Lady Punisher.
Punisher. No. Even back then, people are saying no. This is one of a bad story.
And again, I just included this one thinking that everyone else would know more than I do, but I'm just gonna say no because
She doesn't have the right, the right origin and everything. It was a case of just tacking it on. It was
no Lady Punisher is shit right off the bat from NWO.
Yep, it was done entirely to homage the replacement Superman. She was one of 4.
So yeah, I don't think I see a single yes. Everybody says no.
If I remember
Oh wait, Otis says yes, that's sexy as fuck, a woman with guns. We've got one yes.
Okay, now here's the question though. I forgot who created her. Was it Dixon? Because he was on Punisher at the time, or was it someone else?
I don't know.
Because if it was Dixon, then that shows that he's still capable of doing some duds.
I'm looking it up.
I know Rucka did a female Punisher at some point, but that's not the one we're seeing here.
Is it Lynn Michaels?
I think so.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to find it. If anybody knows, let me know. Well, I don't even have my chat up because I don't have it up yet. Really? Marvel Database doesn't have the creator?
It should. Wait, look at the book that said her first issue. That should tell you the creative team in it.
All right, let's see here. Really?
Still nothing?
Anybody know?
Anybody?
Well, I don't know.
And nobody in the chat saying anything.
Let me see. Lynn. Maybe I can get it through here. She's got a wiki. Let's check her wiki.
All right.
Chuck Dixon and John Romita Jr.
Jeez, and so shows that Chuck can make a dud.
Well, I think everybody can make a gun. I mean, a gun. I was reading Evil Boy's comment. Everybody can make a dud.
Yeah.
Yep, it was Chuck Dixon.
Wow. So yeah, who's next?
All right, let's look here. Who do we got, guys?
Nick
Fury.
Oh, this is a hard one.
Okay, so I want clarification from you or anybody in the chat.
Let me reset.
Okay, go ahead. Would Black Nick Fury, and this is the Ultimates universe, remember that, be accepted today?
Yes.
So what came first? Nick Fury MCU or Nick Fury Ultimates?
Ultimate Nick Fury came first.
So then Nick Fury and the MCU technically isn't a race swap.
Technically, he isn't. But then in the mainstream Marvel, they eventually created a black Nick Fury who is a bastard son of Nick Fury, and then eventually took Nick Fury off the table during Original Sins.
So and that was in 616.
Yes,
Why didn't they just keep it to Ultimates?
because but they already knew Ultimate's time was coming to an end soon.
Ah, okay. So they wanted to introduce it into the main universe for that character.
Yeah, so that character can exist. They were going to already take white Nick Fury off the table, and that's what they did. They wanted to make sure they had Black Fury around, even though I don't see him as often. I still keep on seeing oh, what's her name? Oh, geez, the woman who's also in charge of Shield, Maria Hill.
Maria, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen her more often. I've seen Black Fury.
So we've got a today probably not from Random Dude Draws. We Reese said didn't like it at first, but it grew on me. Wow. It's Sam Jackson. He gets a pass on general principle. I think a lot of people feel that way, right?
Yeah, so
I
long as
do.
it's still Jackson, I think people would still accept it. If it was anyone else, hell no.
Just because he's such a great actor. I seen a rumor the other day. Do you know the guy that played, I can't think of his name. Um Giancarlo Esposito.
I've heard the name, yes.
He was Stan Edgar in The Boys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I seen a rumor that he could be possibly playing Xavier. What do you think about what do you guys think about that? You think that would be accepted?
Oh, I would say wait and see.
I mean, I think I think the actor is an amazing actor. He's a little old for the role.
Not as old as Stewart though.
Yeah, that's true. I think it would be I would like it. I think he's an amazing actor.
Yep.
And he would be great in that role, but I don't think people would accept it. Hominus says nope. Oh my god. Otis says hell yeah.
I will
no,
say
I
this.
want NWO. No, I want classic Professor X, Black Phoenix, Black Xavier. I don't know. I think it also depends on the actor, and he's a phenomenal actor.
Right. Now, I will say this also with Fury. People have to remember this. Nick Fury was first created. It was at the peak of what was cool. And back then, cool was James Bond. That's why he was designed the way he was. When
Right.
Ultimate Fury was done, cool was Sam Jackson. That's why they went with it.
I mean, Sam Jackson is pretty cool.
And still, even to this day, he's still one of the epitome of awesomeness. Come on, he made a purple lightsaber awesome.
Oh my god, Otis. But I watched Snakes on a Plane because of Samuel L. Jackson. Fucking same.
Yeah. I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
I fucking love it. It's so cheesy and bad, but it's so good.
Okay, so what's next?
So we can just all agree that Samuel Jackson can make basically anything cool.
Yep. If it was anyone else, it would have sucked.
Black Xavier is an absolute no. I think I don't know how to say his name.
Esposito?
Yes, would be a great Xavier. I think it depends on the actor.
Okay.
Thor. This is again one that's only 10 years old. Well, no. Originally it came out in What If in 1978, and then they did it in the main line later on. So do you guys think that Lady Thor, if this never was introduced before and just started now, would be accepted?
No.
No.
I definitely do not think it was. Even then, the way it was done initially was still kind of controversial, but I still defend it because I'm like, he had a story to tell and he wanted to tell it, but still, no one would accept it. Again, it's the way they went about saying how Thor is not a mantle, and it never was.
Because even with that Thor is his name?
Even that old What If she had become Thor because back then the enchantment would turn you into Thor.
Right. Gary, for some reason, Restream is being a dick and won't let me show the text on screen, but thank you so much for the super chat. I say no, but if you cast him as anybody, cast him as Magneto instead of Professor X.
Ugh.
Doesn't that kind of mess with Magneto's backstory,
They
though?
would have. Well, I've heard
He's
some people theoretically say you could have him be black and come up with something similar, but there's
right.
nothing that would be exact like again the Holocaust.
Was Lady Thor introduced during the All New All Different? Wasn't that
No,
before?
right before All New All
That's what I
Different.
thought.
All New All
Yeah,
Different happened. They restarted the numbering again, but she did have a few issues beforehand.
you got to go in and go out.
Darn it!
His freaking thing. Um, I will. I know a lot of people say it was a failure. I hear that a lot,
It
but
was not a failure. Perch proved
it
it with
it
the numbers.
sold really well. Yeah, it sold really really well, and I
Now
think that's why.
it's one of those cases where it worked under Aaron's pen, but then mostly there's still problems where he did his whole using the book to put in people's talking points, much like Fitzmartin just did recently, to take pot shots at the critics. But for the
Right,
most part, a lot of the worst stuffs were done where Lady Thor appeared in other books under other
right.
people's writings, were the worst stuff.
I got a question for you because I definitely have not. Figure Drawing said, "Have you seen Thor 4?"
I'm about to see it later today, actually.
I'm just not a Thor person.
I,
I'm
I'm
just not like I like me some God of War and stuff like that, but like I'm just not a huge Thor person. I'm not. Like Dan Jurgens had a great run on Thor, but like other than that, I'm a wait and see with those kind of storylines.
oh yeah, understandable.
So let's see who we've got next.
Oh,
We
she
the
thing.
thing.
Oh boy, that's a character who like why was she even created?
I think we're all gonna be unanimous on this one. This is a big fat no when it happened and now.
Yeah, when even when it happened, the character just oh boy, it was at a point where Ben was able to actually change back and forth, and yet this girl was stuck in her form, Sharon Benders or something like that.
Otis said no. Hellview Lane said I have it. It's not bad. James Snack said, "What the fuck is that?"
Now I would
Yeah,
say if
yeah,
someone was to redo it, I could say yes, but if it was done exactly
right.
the way it was done back then, hell no,
You know what they would call her, ma'am.
ma'am. But now here's the thing again. She is not a replacement for Ben. She was just someone else who became a thing-like creature. There's also been a
Um,
point when Johnny had married Alicia.
Gary, thank you so much. I don't agree with rate swapping, but they should. But they do it where he stuffed, or where he suffered something to do with black people instead of Nazis, and that's what It's funny you say that, Gary. Because we talked about this a while back when I did a community stream, and I think it was I can't remember his name. Kenneth Dowling.
Yeah,
He had actually brought up that idea. And I've thought about it since, and I do think it could be done if it was done well, but I also don't want to see them take away that Jewish representation,
I agree,
or
but it's
I
also becoming harder to do it though.
because of the
The
time
time
period.
gap.
Yeah, but it's also a good story to tell. So I do feel like they could do it if they decided to, but I don't know if they necessarily should. I think a lot of people would be upset, and I think it's good to have, show as bad as it sounds, it's good to show that suffering because you learn from history, and I think that's important even in comic books. Thank you so much, Garrett. I
So yeah,
appreciate it. I'm
this is a
sorry I
definite
can't show
no.
it.
This is a definite no, unless they redid it.
I think this is a pretty much unanimous no.
Mm-hmm.
uh, let's see what we got next. Green
Oh, the Guy
Lantern.
Gardner. This is a hilarious. This is more of a joke that was done because this was in Justice League 3000 and 3001 where they were recloning people, bringing back heroes from the dead, putting them in, like overriding other people's genetics. In this case, they did it with Guy, but onto a woman. So he
And
was Guy in a woman's body, which
right.
actually happened before.
And I think this is funny. I do think there's a story to be told here. But I want to talk about the lanterns in general because
Yeah,
we've seen yes, anybody can be a lantern. There we go, Otis. Um as far as we've seen some pushback when it comes to stuff like Joe
Joe's.
Mullion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, well, they're making Green Lantern black or whatever. I'm like, what? We've had
Or
John,
gay. Well,
we've
she's
had
bi, first of all. She's bi. I want to make
yeah,
that
she's
clear.
bi. Now that Pride anthology story was
Oh, God.
terrible. It was so bad.
Oh,
But
geez.
I
Wasn't there
think
the,
Otis said
why?
it correctly. Anybody can be a not anybody, anybody with willpower and da 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 da. But
And
yes,
the ability to
any race,
overcome great
any
fear. Yeah.
creed, anything can be a lantern.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Black Phoenix said this was an awful storyline
It was a great story.
with a better haircut, maybe.
Uh,
Reese is in a mood. Fuck whoever drew that. No. I didn't. Oh, I guess Robert's thing messed up. Okay. Who's your favorite lantern?
for me,
Mm,
mine is still, I still say Guy's my favorite, but Jessica is close second.
Oh, guy.
I like Guy's character. When written well. Unfortunately, he's one of those characters who can be botched oh so easily. Kind of like Booster Gold can be botched easily.
Who's everybody's favorite lantern? I love Jessica. I do think there's a story, and I don't think they're gonna tell it about her being a yellow lantern. Um,
They might have
and
undone it already.
I know that's what I'm saying. In succumbing to that anxiety and depression and what she suffers from, I think there's a story to be told there that they're really going to miss out on
I
when
think
it
they were
comes to
going to.
mental health.
I think they were going to go the opposite. I think they were going to let her become the type of person who's like, I've been afraid all my life. Now I'm going to cut loose and instill fear in the people.
Footloose.
No,
Sorry.
cut loose and
I know you said
instill
cut
the.
loose, and whenever I hear anybody say that, all I think of cut loose, foot loose. Okay, shut up. Go ahead.
But anyway, and instill fear in the people. I think that's what they were going to go for.
I wish they would have been able to dive into that a little bit more. It's a
Oh
shame.
yeah, that would have been a great story of her instilling fear and getting carried away with it.
Bianca said Guy and John. Black Phoenix said I love Saint Walker and Razor the Red Lantern. Oh, you know who else is great? We got to give some appreciation to Dexter.
Dexter, oh love
I love
Dexter.
Dexter. He's
Again,
so good. His origin fucking breaks my heart.
it does, and again, just like I good kitty, I kill.
He's so cute.
And yes, Shane Davis does great cats. I will give him that.
Reese said Hal, John, Kyle, and Jessica should be yellow. See, me and Reese agree on something. It is probably not a first. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it would be a great
Oh, and I
story to
love
tell.
I do love Hal, and I love I love all of the lanterns. It's more of a case where Guy just ekes out a little bit because I like his backstory and how he's a deeper character than you
Oh,
think. And I
Hal
love
sucks. I'm not a Hal fan. He's so cookie cutter and vanilla and boring and
I think Jeff Johns fixed a lot of that with
yeah,
him.
I do too. I agree with that. And I love the stuff back like Hal's the best when he's with Green Arrow.
Oh yes,
Hands
when he's
down.
with Ali, yes, that was a big part of my what I did. Show talked about with Bianca earlier today.
Yeah. It's great. That relationship back and forth is awesome, but Hal's boring to me. Um, unless he has somebody to kind of work off of. Can you please stop trying to bite my headphones? That would be nice.
Which one is it?
It is hush. Stop it. He wants to
Oh,
play.
I was gonna say if it was Bane. I was gonna say if it was Bane, we could have brought up Vengeance on this list.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even think. Well, that's newer, anyways.
That's new. That is newer, and Bane's back anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, my favorite lantern, I love Dexter. I do, but it's always going to be Jessica. And I do think there's a story to be told. I wish they would actually take the chance and do it. We'll see, maybe one day. Even an Elseworld story or Black Label. I would take that.
Agreed.
What do we got?
Oh,
Wolverine. This
she
one's
is a
still a bit contentious. What
she's
do you
a
guys
great
think?
character on her own. She should not be Wolverine. And Tom Taylor has really made it worse by trying to stick it to the people who criticize it by saying she is the true Wolverine. She's just loaning the name of Logan. I'm sorry, when he made those statements, he was being an
Yeah,
ass
that's
about it.
he was just trying to poke the bear.
But then he soon started to believe that stuff. It's one of those cases where he started as a joke and he soon started to believe it.
Right. I like her as Wolverine. I like her
I like
as
her
a
better as
I guess
X-23.
I guess that's what I was gonna say. I guess I just like her as a character.
And yeah,
So I
she's a
would
great
say
character.
as X-20, I would rather see her as X-23
Yeah,
personally.
yeah,
Good
Laura
morning,
Kinney.
warm lily.
Yeah, it's Laura Kinney. But as Wolverine, no. Unfortunately, and again, I think Taylor tainted it with that attitude of
Yeah,
his.
I do. I agree. Bianca even said Tom Taylor trolls too much. He does. He just this is the case where we liked her as X-23. We like the
And again,
character.
her
Don't
taking
You don't
over
have
for
to
a
push
time,
it.
and her taking over for a time is one thing. But once Logan came
Right.
back, and then soon had to be, oh, I'm loaning the name to him. That's when you get all like, okay, get off your high horse.
Yeah, exactly.
I can accept her sharing it, but saying she's loaning it to him or
Just like
whatever, or that she's the true
yes, that's
Wolverine,
true, Bianca.
or she's the true Wolverine. No, that's where you're rubbing it in just to tick people off. I think people could have accepted it if they're like, we're both Wolverines, deal with it.
Yeah, Reese said or where did it go? Love Laura, but she ain't Wolverine.
Yeah, like I said, if they had gone with it saying like we're both Wolverines, deal with it, that'd be fine. Trying to have it be she's the true Wolverine, no, that's where you're
Yeah.
being an ass.
Yeah, and I do see people kind of constantly going at that narrative to like own people, and I'm just like, if you like her as Wolverine, that's cool.
I'll say though, give me her as Wolverine over Honey
You're
Badger.
breaking up.
Jeez.
Gary, thank you so much. I like her when she had black clothes, but when she got the mask and costume, I hated it. Yeah, I think pretty much generally we all could agree that we like Laura as a character.
Oh yeah, and she wore a Wolverine type costume, but it was still X-23 for the longest
Yeah,
time.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Gary.
I was gonna say was though, give me her as Wolverine over Honey Badger. Good God, was Honey Badger a character? Was Tom Taylor's creator pet?
Hamina said Laura was already a kick-ass character. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Batman, no, 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 no,
the Batwoman or
Batman.
Batgirl as a sidekick. I think. And here's the thing with Batwoman.
I should have put Jace on here also.
Right, but with I'll say it was Batwoman. The fact you still have some people who think, oh, she's the original Batwoman turned lesbian. No, she's not. And when people brought that up, even to they bring up Darwin Cook's statement, he didn't know that it was a different character.
Yeah. They try to bring up that statement, and they
And he
they
thought
don't.
now he made a
Yeah,
good
it
point.
was disingenuous.
I know. And now to be fair, he made a point. If it was a retcon and she was the same character turned to a lesbian, yeah, bad move. Just reintroducing her completely different.
Yep, and it was
But more
what's
so
her aunt, right? Is it her
yeah.
aunt? Yeah.
No. She was a Kane by marriage. She married into it. She was
Ah,
and everything. She was technically by lineage an aunt, yes, but
married in.
Kate is a cousin to Bruce.
Okay. All right. So that
Of
makes
course, the
more
Kane
sense.
connection to Martha came well after Kathy was killed off originally or faked her death.
Well, okay, Reese,
Okay.
Hold on. Let's unpack some of these comments. Batwoman, no. Batgirl, yes. Black Bat, absolutely not.
Okay, first of all, Batwoman just being and Batgirl both being alongside her is
Yes,
fine. And do not take that dumb, stupid show into account. The way Rucka brought her in, she was a superhero who happened to be a lesbian. She was not what CW did when they made her a lesbian superhero.
Wait, so why would you not like Black Bat?
What? I didn't say anything about Black Bat.
No, no, that's what I'm confused about. Like,
I didn't say anything.
no, 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 Reese did. And I'm
Oh,
like, okay. Um, I like I think generally as family members, most of these are accepted.
as full on replacements and they take over,
Yeah.
they'd have to
Good
earn
morning,
it and
Derek.
not off the bat.
Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Dr. Awesome.
You get what I mean by that. They'd have to earn that point. It wouldn't be a case
Right.
of they're not introduced until Batman's dead, like CW did, and then they take over. No, that is the worst way to bring them in. Because when you get that whole stupid, it will be once it's worn by a woman talk.
Yeah, that was the CW. We don't expect anything real from the
I'm
CW
sorry.
anymore.
I
We've
was still
learned.
thinking about the craziness of a CW Zatanna show.
Stop it. Don't give them ideas.
Oh,
What is wrong with you?
I'm going to give them ideas.
We might as well bring up Supergirl in this situation too.
Supergirl. Well, here's the funny thing is, you want to know how Supergirl was first introduced? How they tested the water with her? Jimmy Olsen wished had a magic stick that allowed him to grant wishes, and one of his second wish was to give Superman a partner, someone who a girl who could help out. She
Wasn't
does.
Supergirl in love with Superman for a while?
No, not no. That's a different thing altogether. She was trying to give some help Superman find a love interest that wasn't Lois that could be matched up with him. And eventually he said we could work, but we're theoretically it could work between us, but we're cousins and I'm Krypton, well, and that's illegal.
Yeah, it's weird too. It's weird.
Now
Tori
he
Tate.
did. Now he did
Good
fall in
morning,
love with.
Tori.
He did
She
fall
said
in love
yes as
with.
long as it was or they said yes as long as it was temporary. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could, and we've, these kind of side characters have always existed. A lot of times it's weird because, like, a lot of times the characters were created for copyright reasons,
Yeah.
but
She Hulk.
they, yeah, She Hulk, because they didn't want the
Well,
opposite
She-Hulk
to
did
be
it
able
more
to
because
create.
She-Hulk did it because they wanted to make a spin-off of the show and they wanted to come up with their own character and not lose the rights.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of these characters are generally accepted because we've seen them go through so much. They've earned their shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
I would like
definitely.
I think there's some that I'd like to see more of. I'd like to see more of Alyssa Yao. I
Oh
really,
yeah.
really enjoyed her story in the Pride anthology. I
Yep.
think there are ones that get pushed back. I love Cassandra Cain. She's great. I want to see more of Cassandra all the time.
Oh, who's that one character? She just came back in Catwoman, that black, bald-headed woman.
Onyx.
Onyx. Yeah, because Bianca and I saw her when we went over under the Red Hood.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that where she was introduced?
No, no, she had
Or
already
right
been
before
around by
that?
that point. She was one of the few people Batman allowed to stay
Yeah,
operating in Gotham after War Games.
you're breaking up.
Darn it!
I love Cassandra Cain Batgirl. She's really awesome and badass. I love her too, Tava. She's awesome. I always gave Batgirl a pass, same to Supergirl. I think generally most people are that way when it comes to it.
Yep, and like I said, the way they introduced Supergirl, it makes sense. She's his cousin. She's again,
Yeah.
if it was a case where she was introduced to replace him, we would have problems. But introduced in general as a familial tie. Now, the original Batgirl and Batwoman, no, there's no way in hell people would have accepted the original, Bat hyphen girl and Bat
Right.
hyphen woman versions, Cassie and all that stuff. The way they did it back then, no way in
Oh,
hell.
Power Girl. Good point. Hellview
Power
Lane,
Girl was
another
just
one. Power Girl.
Power Girl was just Earth 2 Supergirl.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And she's still awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's literally a Karen with a Karen haircut. I love it, but she's awesome.
And sometimes she does have a Karen attitude, but most of the time not.
I think people generally accept most of these characters
Yep. Anyone
until
else?
they start to take up the mantle, like I am Batman.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that I really did. I
I
was
think he's
disappointed.
going to eventually need his own name to separate him. Same thing. New York is one thing, but I think he's going to need another name for a while so people can still accept him even more so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. All right, let's go to the next one. Who do we got?
Oh, this was a
Dove.
case where this was an improvement. This was an improvement.
What does everyone think? Do you think people would be accepting of a female Dove replacing a male counterpart?
To be honest, I think more people are used to the female Dove these days than they are the male one. But
Oh, I agree there. Yeah.
if done the way it was, given how he sacrificed himself and then she came in later, I think it worked. I think it would work the way it was handled originally.
Yep. We got a yes from Homines, Tavia, Reese, Raymond. Yeah. Oh, we got a no from Undead Quinn. I gotta disagree with you, Undead Quinn. I think Dove would be accepted. She was. It
The way
was
it was
a.
done, the way it was
Yeah,
done made sense.
it did make sense, and um,
It's not like they dropped a bridge on him. He sacrificed himself to save a kid.
right, exactly, and she stepped in as was she initially his lover?
No, she was not a
That
lover.
came later on. I
That
couldn't
came later
remember.
on. She just introduced as someone who filled in the shoes. Now, I would say that's Holly, as in the replacing Hank, Hawk. That was done pretty poorly.
Bianca's so much smarter than me. Yes, polls would have been a better idea if I would have started that out in the beginning.
I agree.
But we're making it work. Next time
Well,
we play something like this, we'll do polls instead. But yeah, I love Dove. I think she's a. Why is she never used nowadays? Why is Hawk and Dove never used besides in Titans United? And that was only very minimal.
They did use her. They did actually have Rob Liefeld work on a book with them originally, and but I don't know. I really don't. I think maybe because there's no creative teams who are interested in writing them.
I will. No, I'm just kidding.
Or would
I
I?
love Dove. Dove is such a cool character. I think it's a shame.
Oh no!
I would like to see them step away from the Titans and do their own thing and have their own book, but that'll never happen.
Well, they used to. But let me ask:
Mhm.
where do you stand on pairing her up with Nightwing?
What's that?
Where do you stand on pairing her up with Nightwing?
I don't like that pairing.
I'm sorry, that was a bad pairing.
Yeah. That's just weird. It's a weird dynamic. It's weird. It's just weird altogether. Keep her with Dove. I mean Hawk.
Hawk, yeah. Even though they're not good for each other either.
Bye, Otis. Yeah, yeah, they're a little toxic, but
But it's that balanced toxicity that kind
exactly.
of works.
Yeah, and it's you gotta have a little bit of something within the relationship to make it work in a comic book.
Yeah. Can't be bland.
Yes, exactly. So we're pretty unanimous. Everybody loves Dove. She's hot. She's amazing.
Oh, hell no to this one. Hell no.
Everybody hates this one.
It was done. It was done purely to appease the China.
To be fair to Tilda, she's a good actress.
She did the best she could. She did the best she could.
What does everyone think? Yes or no? I know this one's not that old. What is it? Maybe 5 years old?
I say this. She did a great job with what she was given.
Yes. But
the reasons were atrocious. The reasons.
Bianca said, kill it with fire. Yeah, I'm the reasons were good enough for me to not like it.
Yeah, again,
I get it. It's capitalism. It's capitalism at its finest. I get it. Welcome to it. But I cannot agree with it.
Exactly. Again, she did
what if it was introduced in the comics, everyone?
If this was in the comics, well, to be fair, the character's been long dead. Hello?
Yeah, see, I don't read Marvel that much.
Yeah, character's long dead, so really you have nothing to worry about them bringing the character back and making her a woman.
You're breaking up.
Darn it.
The Tilda shade. No, Tilda's awesome. Tilda's a great actress. She did great with the role. All right, let's go to the next one. Loki.
Loki. Oh, that's because the funny thing is, even as Lady Loki, it wasn't even he turned into a woman. He took over Lady Sif.
Wait, say that one more time.
I said, even in the comics, he never truly got turned into a woman. He just his spirit possessed Lady Steph. He was running around in her body.
Right. But can you imagine if they did that, like if they introduced that into the MCU?
They already did.
Like, I mean, no, they use variants.
Okay, you're right. They did variants, but I don't
I
think it
think it
would.
could work as a more, because I know
Hiddleston's not going to
on
go
that little
anywhere.
piece of paper they had he was gender fluid. I think it could work if you had the correct writer, but I
But
don't think people would accept it.
no, one, they want Hiddleston or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Hiddleston is kind of
Now
awesome.
they can accept a kid Loki. I'm certain. I'm certain they can accept kid Loki, but not
Yes,
female
Loki
Loki.
is pimp, pest, and wimp. Lady Loki is at least very hot. I mean, that's fair.
True, but I think they can accept a kid Loki sooner than they would Lady Loki taking over.
Yeah. I'm going with no on this one, just
Who-
because I don't think
what actor would you see as kid Loki?
I don't know any kid actors.
Me neither. I think it would have to be someone they would find. But just imagine I'm getting a kid who's able to perfectly emulate Hiddleston.
Yeah. And I don't know enough kid actors to say anyone, but I think they could do. I think they could find it because they found. Um, yeah, I know her name's Aman, I believe, for Miss Marvel, and she didn't have a whole bunch of acting jobs on her resume, but damn, she was perfect for that role.
Yep. Oh, to which I got to say, the people complaining about, oh, they took away the Inhuman stuff. Yeah, you got to remember when she was introduced, they were saying no new mutant, make her an Inhuman because we're trying to keep Fox from getting any
Yeah.
more mutant characters.
Oh
And
no, they improved upon her origin, in my opinion.
yeah, but people complain saying, oh, they ruined the Inhumans. Like the Inhuman stuff was forced on her and the creators anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to go back to what she originally was meant to be.
Iman had 0 acting jobs before Miss Marvel, as far as I know. And I'm not kidding you. That girl nailed every single line.
Oh,
She
from
was
what I've seen, yes.
phenomenal. I love her. Like, she did, you believed every bit of what she was saying. And to my understanding, she's a huge comic nerd, also, right?
Oh yeah, she was the one who was saying no, the MCU is not 616. She
That's
flat out called
hilarious.
out. She flat out called out Kevin Feige
Kevin
to tell him
Feige.
off.
Oh, Gary, thank you so much. When you look at the comic book characters, or when you look at who the comic book characters have slept with, it's terrible. LOL, Daredevil with Black Widow, Iron Man with Black Widow, and the Wasp and She-Hulk, Spider-Man with lots of people. Yeah, and then you go into the DC side, it's like Barbara slept with everybody except for okay. All right, and now you're
Has she ever slept with Superman?
Babs.
Yeah,
Has she slept with Superman?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Like, when you have 80 years of storyline, it tends to look like these people
Oh
sleep
boy.
around, but
And,
really they don't.
oh boy. Did you see people
Thank you
bring up
so much, Gary.
Have you seen people bring up that image from that Nightwing annual where it showed Babs had tried to go to see Nightwing, during the Teen Titans days. Starfire opened the door, and Babs was there to want to start a relationship with Dick. Sees Starfire there, and she just leaves, and people are saying, "Oh, Babs is a bitch. Starfire was such a sweetheart." It's like,
Oh,
guys,
I
come
didn't
on.
see that.
Oh yeah, people were using it to trash on Babs, saying how she's such a horrible person.
Oh, bullshit. Babs is
Now, to
awesome.
be fair, I do have to admit, the whole Babs and Dick relationship, you do know that's a lot newer than people think, right?
What do you mean?
It was not from the beginning of the early days. It actually started after Dick and Starfire.
Yeah,
But people keep on always thinking it was
that it's the
longer
other
when
way
it was,
around. Yeah.
yeah. It's like,
Loki
no, she
sucks,
was
and he
all
changed them too. What?
for one, she was closer to Bruce's age than she was to Dick's age when she was introduced. She was a member of Congress at one point.
I know. I don't like when they necessarily age her down.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say age her down to a point, but still have her be older than Dick.
I mean, at least, yeah, at least around the same age. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like when they age her down till it seems like she's actually younger than him.
Oh, hell no.
Hmm.
Okay, so who's next?
Let's see.
I mean, how many do we have left?
One more after this one.
Ah, so again, as
No.
an alternate universe, yes.
I'm gonna say no right away.
As an alternate universe, I'd say yes. In universe, no.
Carrie Kelly was like, I like Carrie Kelly, don't get me wrong, but like after the initial introduction, it just felt like
I like her in Dark Knight 3. I think she finally came into her own during
you're
that.
breaking up.
Hold on.
We got a no from Black Phoenix, a no from Cartoon and Comics. I bet y'all talking shit about Loki will still watch the second season. Loki was awesome.
I,
I
I say
love that
I say
show.
this. I say this. I think Carrie grew into her own by Dark Knight 3 when she actually became Batgirl then Batwoman. Then Frank screwed it up with his Golden Child stuff. But before that,
No, I didn't like when she became any like Batgirl and Batwoman. I liked the idea of her being a female Rob. I hope, you know what? I know this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I hope we get Maps as Robin eventually.
oh yeah.
Bianca, I love Carrie Kelly. Um, Today they wouldn't accept it. Random dude draws. Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
today again, if it was in the main universe, I mean, granted, you do know Peter Tomasi tried to bring Carrie Kelly in. Actually, had a beat. She was a college girl who was a tutor for Damien and all that. And but then Marvel, and not Marvel, DC chickened out and told him, "Stop it, drop it."
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That
in
would have
fact, the
been
first time we
cool.
saw her was at a costume party, and she's dressed as Robin.
I would love to. I don't know that we'll. Um, Warm Lily said female Robin is interesting. I would like to
Oh
see
yeah, Stephanie
Maps.
was Robin.
Yeah, for 3 issues.
No more,
I,
but people have expanded it since then.
I know, I know. I like her as Robin too, but I like her as spoiler because her costume is purple and it's cute.
Oh yeah, and besides, she was made Robin just so she could improve her characterization before they killed
Right,
her off.
right, exactly. No people complained um about another white boy taking the mantle. They'll complain about a girl too, if not more so. Oh, absolutely. Yep, I agree. All right, we got one more, guys. Let's see who it is. I don't even remember. Oh, She-Hulk.
Uh can you believe that it's actually been revealed definitively now? The reason why they roided out She-Hulk and did all that stuff is because of that stupid statement that one guy oh what was his name? He wrote oh geez, he wrote the Dark Knight movies.
Nolan?
Not Nolan, the other guy.
I don't know.
He did the Blade movies.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're talking to somebody that's not a big movie person.
well, I'm gonna say it for someone in the chat to tell me.
David Goyer?
Goyer. He was the one who said, "Oh,
Aha.
She-Hulk was created to have so Hulk have someone to bang."
Wait, say that one more time?
Goyer said She-Hulk was created. Telling you how little he knows about She-Hulk, said she was created so Hulk could have someone to bang.
Wait, are you kidding me?
I'm not. They were cousins, but he said that, and unfortunately, because it caused a bit of an outrage and controversy, that's what led to Marvel making her fugly.
Oh my. Okay. All right, we got a mine from Bianca. We got a yes from Hominis and Black Phoenix, a
I say
no
yes.
from
I say
Raymond.
yes. I say still say yes. Her origin made a lot of sense, and as Dan Slott once had Hulk say, if he's one of the after all the stuff he's destroyed, giving the world a superhero is one of the best things Hulk's ever done.
I love She-Hulk. I huh. If she was created now,
With her origin, and as long as she
I
was
think
still
she I think there might be initial controversy, but I think people would generally be more accepting because she's sexy as fuck and she's a little promiscuous. And that's really weird to say it that way. But a lot of people don't like these, like, oh, and I'm going to generalize here. So if I offend you, I apologize. A lot of dudes don't like these more like feminist type characters that want more agency. They just want the hot. So if she had her initial origin, yeah, I would say so. Everybody loves good She Hulk.
I know, come on, being a blood transfusion from her cousin.
Yeah. Joseph said if she was created today, she'd be very hit and miss. I
I
love
agree. I would say that she would be hit and miss if created today, and I think it would take a while for people to accept her. And I think there'll be people who would question, be like, "Oh, why are they doing this? Oh, it's going to be woke." But as it went on, they soon be like, "Oh,
yeah.
okay."
Yeah, but would they? Because they say that stuff about a lot of things and never actually
Come on,
realize when it's not
look
even
how
true.
look how quick they were to turn on the current book by using that book from that artwork from Javier Palo's work from the Chris Charles Soule run, and said, "Oh, this is the current artwork," when it wasn't.
Yeah, that's pretty typical.
Yeah, they would be so quick. But again, if she looked kind of like she is now and everything, if she looked like how she's had been at her best, yes.
Her
Now the
current
kid,
book by Rainbow Rowell too is so good. I need to read the latest issue, but so
hey,
far, and I didn't even know anything about what's his name, Jack of Ace of
Jack of Hearts, Jack of
Jack of
Hearts.
Hearts. I didn't know anything about him before, and now I love him, and I want them to get married and have Jack Green babies.
Oh, by the way, technically, Danslot killed him off during Reckoning War, but then brought him back at the very end.
He's awesome. Noah said, non-insecure men love women with muscles. That's right. And she is amazing.
I bet you, I still say this, I bet you no one would
You're
complain if
breaking
they
up.
said, oh, hold on.
Last time I seen her, she looked like Bruce. No, that has been changed. The rainbow. This is actually a cover from Rainbow Rowell issue.
Yeah, I would say this. I bet you no one would complain if they had casted Gina Carano as She-Hulk and had the other actors as Jen.
That would look weird.
It would look weird, but it would be people could
But
claim
Gina
more.
Carano's not even muscular anymore.
True,
So that would
but
be really weird.
these guys. That's the only way they would have accepted
Oh
it. I bet.
yeah. We want no politics in our entertainment unless it's the politics we agree with. Or yeah, like the do not
Oh
comply
god.
shit. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right, guys, we are going to wrap up. Let me move
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yep.
That was awesome. Next time I'll do polls and we'll figure out a little bit better. I'll be able to fine tune these things. I'm trying to introduce fun stuff, so um, we'll be able to kind of fine tune them and be able to make it work better. Bye,
Yep.
Jimenez. But yes, we're gonna wrap up. Make sure you check out Robert's channel. What do you have going on this week?
Right now, I'm visiting my friend Alex, Kingdom Key 23, and so I'm recording a bunch of stuff, but I'm not posting anything for quite a while.
Oh, Gary, thank you so much. Wolverine isn't the worst. He slept with Psylocke because they were jealous of Scott and Jean. He's been with Emma Frost, Mystique. What the fuck, Storm? What the fuck? Mariko, Yukio, Jessica Jones, Squirrel Girl. What the fuck? She looks so candid.
Wait. When has he ever slept with Squirrel Girl? When the
Oh,
hell
now
did
I gotta look it up.
when
I had no idea.
Squirrel Girl is too young for him?
That would be so weird. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you so much, Gary. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And that
but
was so fun.
like I said, I'm visiting my friend. I got a lot of stuff in the can, but nothing to post yet because, well, I'm not home yet.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I will have yeah, my typical stuff out. My typical videos, comic book videos, my shorts,
I'll go
all
with the
that
Harley
fun stuff.
videos.
What's that? Oh,
The
and
Harley
I
video.
will have a Harley video. I'm not sure. I'm going to do it as a premiere again. It will either be Wednesday or Friday. I know it's going to be one of those 2 days. So there will be another Harley video up this week, and it'll be, I think, pre-New 52. That should be
All right.
super fun.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to see your Injustice one. That's probably be
Injustice. I love the Injustice Harley, so it's going to be super fun.
Yep.
All right, guys. We will see you later. Bye-bye.